With the news today focusing all the attention on the defeat of that guy, Wagner Moura, look what happened. Minister Andre Mendonça caught the blonde from National Institute of Social Security from Lulinha red-handed. He was even desperate to spread news about Wagner Moura, about the defeat. They were rooting so much, but they also celebrated Wagner Moura's defeat. Yes, because then they didn't talk about this case. The federal police found expenses. Millions spent on various jewels. Look, they like to talk so much about jewels that President Bolsonaro received, but now they can't say the same thing. They showed everything here. Metropolis revealed everything. Andre had the federal track everything. Everything. It went really badly. I'm going to show everything here. Hit the like button, come be part of our family, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. I want to leave a message for you all here. If you need to lose some inches, if you've lost a little weight, guys, we have the right way. With this little product here, I managed to lose 20 kilos in just under 2 months. These are results that I show you here. Look at these pictures. I always show them. This was a few months ago. It's not even a year. It's not even a year. Sometimes what we need is just a little push, just like I needed. I work out every day and I still couldn't lose weight. Why? Sometimes it's that anxiety, that urge to keep eating junk food all the time. Slim Fairy helps you control that anxiety. It reduces your appetite a bit, and it's totally natural, unlike those things like Monjar and such that people use, which are really harmful. It's not because I don't want to talk. Just Google it. It's causing a lot of harm to many people. This here is natural. It's totally natural. It's a powder that you put in water, mix it, and drink it. It reduces your appetite. And you end up losing inches. That's how I managed it. It was a very successful result. I wasn't able to lose weight. It used to be easy for me many years ago. But once you get past 40, it really gets hard. It's really hard, and it helped me a lot. That's why I like to include it in all the videos here, because I know it's a problem for a lot of people. It's hard to lose weight. It's hard to do it alone. We have to make a plan, and you also need a lot of willpower. I always say this here. This alone doesn't solve it, not by itself. It depends on this. It depends on us. If I can do it, I'm 46 years old. Why can't you do it too? Slim Fair, great product. Link right below. Very good for everyone who wants to lose weight.
Look, my friends.
Look, I'm sorry. The woman had already warned. I'm not going down alone. Lobbyist Roberta Luxinger, she's not an heiress to anything. Saying she's an heiress to the Swiss bank, she's not an heiress to any of that. It's a relative of a relative, an aunt, a friend, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, a great-great-grandfather who worked at the bank. Something crazy, something like that. And she lives on social media, showing off, trying to get attention. She already warned Lula. I won't go down alone. She left Lula shaken. Why? The support that Lula has in the federal police isn't the same support that Andre has. So much so that today the chief there, the director of the federal police, doesn't have access to the things that Andre is investigating. Andre himself forbade it, no. Buddy, I'm investigating here. I'm already with other federal police officers. Nobody interferes here. That's a fact. So Lula can't know what Andre is doing, what he's not doing, because nothing leaks, absolutely nothing leaks. And then, seeing that her game was up, days ago she had already warned him. She sent a message to Lula. Your house is going to fall, she, who is such a good friend of the sun. Roberta is pointed out as the link between Lulinha and the businessman Camilo, the bald guy. In recent days, emissaries of Roberta Luxinger, who is under investigation for involvement in the National Institute of Social Security fraud, delivered a direct message to one of Lula's aides. I won't go down alone. And she's bold. She likes to post videos on social media, audio of her talking and all that. Here she was talking about Deborah in Deborah's case, about the lipstick. Look.
Look at all this whining about this Deborah thing. Oh, because she got 14 years because she's innocent. Come here.
Come here. Do you understand what their game is? Their game is to do what they did, which is now being investigated. Their house is going to fall. It's going to fall. They're talking about Bolsonaro, like Wagner Moura does. Deborah, no amnesty and all that. Meanwhile, they're doing all kinds of barbarities. That's their move. This is Lulinha's friend, with a lot of filters and all, showing up and all. Then this news came out about the National Institute of Social Security Party. Lulinha's friend spends almost 500,000 reais on jewelry. Federal police suspect money laundering. Lulinha's friend there, the inseparable one. The federal police, that wing led by Andre Mendonça, suspects that Roberta Luxinger used the purchase of almost 500,000 reais to launder money through jewelry. She bought this jewelry to launder money. To put it simply, she bought it in jewelry. That's what documents obtained here by the Metropolis column indicate. The businesswoman is seen as the link between Lulinha and the bald guy from National Institute of Social Security. She is the connection between the two. They just caught their trip now. The three of them traveled to Lisbon and Madrid. In other words, there's something fishy going on here, my friends. The corporation, that is, the federal police, discovered a transfer from a company in which Lulinha's friend is a partner. RL Constitution, consulting for a rival jewelry trade, which reinforced the evidence of money laundering. The transactions were split up, which the federal police sees as possible concealment of the nature and origin of the funds. Council for Financial Activities control reports identified that RL Consulting received 18 million reais, almost 20 million reais. Out of this total, 1,100,000 reais were transferred by Brasilia Business Consulting, the company owned by the bald guy from National Institute of Social Security. Only then did the amounts get converted into luxury items. Look here. Out of this total of 18 million, 1.1 million reais was transferred to Baldy's company. And then they turned the money into luxury items. Other amounts went to Roberta and her father. Roberta, Pedro Paulo Luxinger, whom she was a partner of. Another 1,900,000 reais to Sky Brasil Viagens e Turismo. In other words, how can the bank owner, who she said she's the heir of Swiss Credit, that she's an heir, I don't know what. How can the owner of Swiss Credit, look, this is how you catch the liars, go make deals involving Lulinha, the heirs of the bank owner. The heirs of the bank, making deals involving Lulinha. Then, lend me your account so I can put some money there, O heir father. Say it's the grandfather or great-grandfather, something like that. It's not, there's nothing like that. She says that just to have some kind of power status there in Brasilia. All the shady deals are now coming to light. Transactions with Givel Jewelry Trading, almost 500,000. And with Sky Brazil Travel and Tourism, the company shows up there, where the partners are father, son, and so on. Look, 1 million went to Sky Brazil, which she co-owns with her father. 1 million, almost 2 million reais, almost 2 million. It indicates possible money laundering through luxury goods and tourism, wrote the federal police. The federal police are on their tail. In a statement, the defense of Lulinha's friends said that all the jewelry was acquired legally, with proper invoices issued and certificates of authenticity. There is no sense in talking about money laundering of money through regulated acquisition of goods via regular bank transfers that are for personal use, her lawyer said. But if everything is regular, why would she send a message to Lula? Look, the house is going to fall, I'm not going down alone. Why would she send that message? And what about the federal police pointing this out here? All three, Lulinha, the friend, and the bald guy, are targets of the No Discount Operation, which investigates the discount fraud, individuals in National Institute of Social Security, retirements, and pensions. According to the federal police investigation, Roberta is the link. The column revealed that the businesswoman and the bald man tried to lobby within the Ministry of Health to defend the interests of a cannabis technology company. Granddaughter of the late Swiss ex-banker, Peter Paul Arnold, Roberta gained visibility by promoting a donation of $500,000 reais to Lula. When Inácio was in trouble, she promised, but didn't send anything, there was a bank freeze from the car wash operation. So, things get really suspicious, and the article here is wrong. She's not the granddaughter of any banker, according to the information people shared here. Things just get worse. The federal police and André Mendonça wouldn't be on their tail, investigating this in every possible way, if there wasn't something fishy going on. If there wasn't. For Lula. I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to talk. Because what has to happen? They try to protect Lulinha, although it's in André's hands. It's in André's hands. Things would be different if it were in the hands of other people. So he's doing a detailed mapping so he can act, my friends, and act correctly. So later there won't be any excuse that it was Moro who was the judge. That André was biased. The same thing they did with Moro, you know? The exact same thing. The exact same thing, so André is being careful, doing it the right way, getting things done the right way so there won't be complications later, because we know how this group is. This group is like that. It's just how they are. So André is doing the right thing. He already got it. Lula today. Look at the information that came out. Yesterday he was trying to pick a fight with the Supreme Court ministers, especially Dias Toffoli and Zando, whom he doesn't want to be friends with anymore. He doesn't want to get involved in Zando's messes and so on. He got a warning today. Check this out. Lula receives a warning to tone it down and avoid confrontation with the Supreme Court. Look, I can already imagine who sent this message to him. It was through Fachin. It seems he heard it. Inácio will make a move to lower the temperature of the crisis affecting the Supreme Court. The column revealed that Lula learned some Workers' Party members were urging a parliamentary inquiry commission to investigate Supreme Court justices. Lula was warned that the government has more to lose than to gain if it keeps following the strategy of his minister and marketing advisor, Sidon Palmeira, which is to attack Banco Master. Look at that. Sidon was warned. According to a member of the government, he says what he thinks, without filters, and that has consequences. The Supreme Court has numerous cases of interest to the government, including fiscal bombs that could impact $234 billion from the union's treasury and the investigations involving his eldest son, Lulinha. The message was clear. Confrontation is not good for anyone. I don't know what's more absurd. Lula criticizing the Supreme Court now, when everyone knows he only got there because of the Supreme Court, Fachin, and the others? Or if the ministers saying here, look, if you don't toe the line, there's the $234 billion in the federal treasury, and your eldest son, Lulinha. I don't know which is worse. What's worse is like, stay on our side, or else things are gonna get ugly. Guys, this is absurd. It's totally absurd, both one thing and the other. There's no logic to this. It doesn't make any sense. Look at the message. The government member says Lula speaks his mind without filters, and that has consequences, right? The Supreme Court faces many notable cases, like fiscal issues and probes into his son. The message was clear. Confrontation helps no one. For him to review his strategy, because otherwise, things are going to get tough for you. Because, look, what a situation. Both of them, who used to be such good friends, put Lula there because they couldn't accept Bolsonaro at all. That friendship tends to stay in that situation. Meanwhile, André is a different case. André doesn't negotiate anything with Lula. Nothing. Okay, to set off a bomb there, can you imagine? I think sooner or later, Lulinha is going to be arrested. He's going to be arrested. Then we'll see the situation of what he's going to... It's one bad news after another, right? Every day. Every week. The week started there with Wagner Moura. The day ended. It started with Luxinger there with $500,000 in jewelry. Share this video on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook. Come be part of our family by subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bell, leave your comments.